unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at the press conference here for Saunders Murray, June 23rd at the O2. I'm joined by Glen McCRORY. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, KUGAN. Great to see you, as always, mate. Looking very well indeed, aren't you?
Have you lost weight, Glen?
I have lost a bit of weight.
Like
I'm going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in October.
Are you really?
I am for my brothers, my dead brothers charity.
Okay.
CASSIUS.
Good luck with that. Hope it goes
Thanks
well.
very much. Yes, thanks very much.
Glen, we're at the press conference here for Saunders Murray. This was meant to have taken place a couple of weeks ago. Saunders sustaining a little bit of an injury, that's been put back. But yeah, Billy Joe has been at the centre of the boxing attention for the last few months, really, since his win over Lemieux, which was a great win back in December, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic win. You know, we've always seen the Billy Joe right since he was a youngster. You know, has been an amazing talent. Sometimes hasn't quite lived up to the talent, although he's done everything right. You know, British, Commonwealth, European. You know, represented GB in the Olympics at 18. I mean, an absolute stellar career so far. But at times you know he can do more, and then he hasn't. But against Lemieux, everything came out. He looked sensational. Looked an absolute superstar.
With all the situation regarding Golovkin and Canelo been going on for the last 2 or 3 months, Billy Joe has been a subplot, shall we say, to this story, because obviously he's got the other belt, and there was talk of him potentially fighting Golovkin at some point this year. It's looking unlikely now with a rematch probably expected to happen in September. But what have you made of all that Golovkin and Canelo situation?
Well, I mean, first of all, I must say I'm absolutely disappointed with the ridiculous 6-month ban for Canelo. I think, you know, more of an example should have been made of somebody in his position disregarding the rules, you know, and putting the sport into disrepute in such a way. And they give him a 6-month ban, which will just fit in nicely with an autumn TV date, no doubtly against the rematch against Golovkin. So you know, but just going back a bit, I think this little interlude and you know, the limelight being thrown on the cheat Canelo, it's put Billy Joe Saunders in a very good light, in that, you know, people are now looking and saying, you know, he belongs at the top of the world tree, you know. So now he's a force to be reckoned with, and people are looking there saying, you know, Golovkin hasn't looked as good as he should. He doesn't look the invincible force that he once did. Canelo, you know, what's he going to be like when he's not cheating? So, you know, he might not be quite the same package that he is. So Billy Joe is the person that's really in there. And I think, you know, the potential is for him to be one of the pound for pound best fighters on the planet, you know, because he's that good.
Is it unclear, the Canelo situation? We know he's been given this 6-month ban. The meat contamination story, which is what they're going with, shall we say, but if he's had meat which has been contaminated, is he guilty?
I'll go 5.
Is it unclear?
You know, I think it's twice that he's failed the test, and I think.
But they're happy to accept this meat contamination story.
You know, there's an awful lot of money at stake for everybody concerned, and I think that unfortunately just fits the bill. So, you know, if we can get away with a little meat contamination scandal, and we can brush that under the carpet, then all the better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But like I said, it puts Billy Joe in a good position at some point, but it perhaps delays him fighting the winner of Golovkin and Canelo if they're to have the rematch in September.
You know, at the end of the day, Billy Joe, at his age, you know, late 20s, 28, I think he's only going to get better. You know, he's got his next 2 or 3 of the best years of his career left, and the fact that he's now seems to have the mindset on his training and on working on trying to be the best out there. He now sees the goals. I think he can achieve anything. But first he's got to get through Martin Murray, who you know, that camp's on a roll now. They're you know, riding the crest of the wave. Frampton's coming off a great win. Tommy Coyles, you know, did really well. Jamie Moore's flying high. So that camp are gonna, you know, they're coming in on a high as well. So it
it
should be a really good fight. And I think Martin Murray has tested everybody. He's pushed everybody to the limit. Sergio Martinez, a few years back, really pushed Felix Stern when he should have gotten the decision over there. So if he can move that edge, if he can just get an edge better, just get that little bit more, that's going to put him right in the mix. So I think it's a terrific fight.
We learnt that Tyson Fury will make his return on June the 9th in Manchester. It's long awaited, isn't it, Glenn? We saw he's got his licence back yesterday as well. So
yeah, no, fantastic. I think I think Tyson Fury's been very badly treated since he made that fantastic win, one of the biggest wins in British history. So I think beating Klitschko out in his home in Germany, I mean, that was amazing. And unfortunately, he was pulled apart. An old British trait of ripping our heroes to shreds once they have any success whatsoever. Now they do what the British do, and now get behind the underdog, and now everybody's behind Tyson Fury. So it's long overdue. Glad he's back. Want to see him do great. He's a great kid, and I think if he can regain anything near what he was, he's the man to beat in the heavyweight division.
Can you see the fight with him and Anthony Joshua coming off, given now that they are with the rival promoters, Glenn?
Yes, because in heavyweight boxing and any sort of boxing, well, this lady learns to count. In any sort of boxing,
that's much better.
Does
that sound okay for you?
The big money, the big fights, they tell. So yeah, that fight can happen.
Certainly hope so.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Right, Glenn, we're going to have to.
6, 7,
This is,
8, 9, 10.
We're only trying to do an interview, Don. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Glenn, that's all right. Thank you very much. We've got 6 minutes out. Apologies for the. Yeah.
No worries.
Thank you very much for talking to iFull TV, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon.
As always.
All right.
God
Top
bless.
man.
Rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performance. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.